Welcome back to another stock market open. So today we had retail sales come in, which were a little bit of a beat thanks to autos, actually. So retail sales ex autos and gas came in a little weaker than expected. Net of revisions, though, the month over month came in a little stronger with revisions and without, probably again because of those autos. Everybody's got to get their tax credits. Did also just this very minute get industrial production month over month, came in with a negative 0.1 revision, so negative 0.4 versus 0.3 prior. And then we were expecting 0.3, but we got negative 0.1. So a little bit lower there on industrial production, a little bit lower on utilization, 76.8% versus the 77.3 we were expecting. And manufacturing production also lower at 0.2 versus the 0.5 expected, with lower revisions on both of those. So a little bit lower on production. Some people think that after Trump won, there was a bit of a sugar high in November that may be starting to wane. I find it a little challenging to try to explain what's going on with, for example, NVIDIA or AMD. Both of them generate nice cash flow. NVIDIA generates more cash flow on a percentage of market cap, but these guys have just sort of been lagging the last few weeks. And look at NVIDIA here, for example. We zoom out to the day chart, and you kind of capped out there at about 152. And this was back on November 21st. We've kind of been bleeding since then. So it's something I've been watching, along with Ethereum really struggling to hold that 4K line. 4K has just been a toughie for Ethereum. I feel like once it hopefully breaks that, it's going to have a little bit of a nicer run than it's been going through. But we'll see. Let's see. Super Microcomputer found a floor. I thought the floor might be somewhere around $32. It seemed like it was right around $32. And that was in the alpha report as well. And it's a little green today. Enphase only a smidge green today after getting rejected here at 75. And then Solar Edge's upgrade is really helping Solar Edge move today. Goldman double upgraded them, basically. It means they went from a sell to a buy. And they're up like 17% here in the pre-market, which is wild. I'm going to compare the valuation of S-Edge and Enphase for a sec, just to see what we're looking at. Let's see here. So S-Edge, the problem is you can't, because S-Edge loses money. S-Edge is losing money in 24. They're expected to lose money in 25. And then they're expected to have growth. Maybe by 2028, they'll have EPS. Well, let's see, 50 cents in 26. $1.63 expected in 27. $4 expected in 2028. So it's only selling for a 3 PE ratio if you want to go all the way forward to 2028. But that's kind of a while out. So there's some optimism built into there, especially in getting through the next 2 years of losses. But anyway, what else is going on? Tesla also got some more upgrades, hence its euphoric rise continues here. I believe Tesla is... I don't have any lines between 414 and 610. So let's come down here a little bit. And there you go. It's these orange lines right here. There we go. 414 and 607 it is. So it has been easy for Tesla to play above the 400s here, which has been remarkable. We'll see how today goes. It seems like today might be a little bit red, just sort of based on what you're getting in the Qs and this negativity. Although you do have the SPY green, which is interesting. Let me get the pre-market here. Oh, I'll go to that SPY and I'll get the pre-market. There we go. Yeah, SPY's, sorry, that was yesterday. I had the SPX up. SPX doesn't show after hours, so never mind. SPX is red. So are the Qs and the Dow. So let's see what else is going on here. Let's listen to the Doombas for a moment.
And estimates were rising so rapidly that the stock was actually getting cheaper even though it kept rising. We're not quite seeing that with Broadcom. People are pushing up their estimates just not to the degree that the stock is moving up. So the stock is getting a little bit more expensive. That does mean there's going to be a little bit of a higher bar. And to name another AI stock, we can look at ARM Holdings, which in February gave this very strong forecast. The stock was up, I think, about 50% in the immediate aftermath of that. It's sort of treaded water a little bit since then, just because that multiple is closer to 80 times forward earnings. So a much harder bar to clear, just harder to justify that kind of multiple. So that's kind of the two, maybe paths you could look at these stocks taking. Is Broadcom going to be growing rapidly enough that it's able to justify where the stock has already moved? That would be sort of the NVIDIA path. Or is it one where maybe it's just not able to meet these high expectations, and then the stock has to consolidate or pull back or just sort of tread water for a while, which is more of what we've seen with ARM, at least this year.
I'm glad you brought up ARM, because that's where I was going to go, just companies outside of Broadcom, because of the more than $410 billion in market cap that was lost by NVIDIA since its high. It's interesting. DataTrack points out that more than $300 billion of that market cap was kind of made up here by the gains you saw in Broadcom. You had another nearly $30 billion in market cap added at Marvel. Are investors just looking for trades outside of NVIDIA right now to capitalize on, given the run-up we've seen? And who are the biggest beneficiaries?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if the idea was, everyone knows about NVIDIA, everyone is aware of these tailwinds. What is going to be the next kind of company to benefit? One that's maybe trading at a lower multiple or just earlier in the cycle. Even outside of the chip space, you've seen just enormous gains in a stock like Palantir this year, because that is a very AI-focused software stock. So you are seeing people looking elsewhere, but obviously AI remains sort of the central theme for tech investors, if nothing else.
Ryan, we thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, I wonder how ARM's been doing. Let's take a look at that. ARM, I remember when they went public, and they held sideways for a little bit, but then, boy, did they skyrocket. Yeah, but they've been at this 140 level for quite a while, if I remember. Yeah, see, look at that. There's that skyrocket. And then they've really been trapped in between these two fib lines right here. So in between 134 and 158, been kind of tough for ARM to play in that box. This is a little sandbox has turned into the sludge that it's just stuck in. Let's look at their profitability. Let's see what we got here. ARM, 7 minutes to the bell. And ARM is looking at $1.56 of earnings. 145 divided by $1.56 puts us at 93 times, and their growth is expected to be 24% over the next 4 years. So what is that? 36 divided by 24.4. Trading by about 1.5 peg. It's actually not that terrible. It's pretty good. It certainly beats what Palantir is doing right now, in terms of not in terms of price action, but in terms of peg ratio. But I mentioned in the Alpha report this morning that I always think it's funny. Companies seem to upgrade stocks when they're soaring and seem to downgrade them when they're falling. And then it's kind of like, wait, what? Are you all a contrarian indicator? Okay, yes, CNBC's on commercial. Oh, I got these little American flags too. I should try to put one on. So look at this. I thought these were kind of cool. Let's see if it fits. They just came in the mail, so you gotta try to put them on. Does it go through the lapel, though? That's the problem. Is the magnet strong enough? No, I don't think it is. So you got to go on the other side. This is obviously very important. Okay, so if I go here and then here, ooh, I think that's going to work. Oh, look at that. Is that too low? Or is it too big? I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. All right, cool. So what else? Let's see here. Symbotic actually went positive yesterday. I feel like they had a rough day yesterday. Yeah, they ran into the close. How interesting. At the beginning of the day, they were down like 4%, and then they just sort of ran towards the close. Enphase is trying to play a little bit of catch up to what's going on with its buddy SolarEdge. NVIDIA just doesn't care. NVIDIA's dunking a little bit going into the open. Palantir is doing that again, where yesterday it dunked also into the open, and then even right after the open, it was down like 5% or whatever, and just got bought straight up. Remember that the next line that I'm watching for Palantir is the 6723 line. I don't think I have another line above it, close by at least. Let's see here. Bitcoin almost at 108. A lot of MicroStrategy buying. I think their buying pressure is pretty impressive. I was also speculating this morning if people are not selling stocks yet because they want to wait until 2025 to take profits, because that's when they'll have the Trump tax brackets, which might be the same, for capital gains or for personal taxes. But there seems to be some expectation of waiting to take profits for potentially lower taxes next year, which I thought was really interesting. So what else here? What else we got here? Let's see. Price target for Symbiotic. I mean, to me, it's an 80-ish something dollar stock in the next few years. Somebody says I have a big flag on my wall. Let's go. I love that. Florina says, why are you wearing evening attire for the morning? Because I'm asleep on the inside. When EHAC fix? I know, it's bugging me. Let me try. I didn't try this morning. Let me see if I can get in, because I want to get that going. There we go. Hold on. It might be working now. Yeah, there was a bug we had to fix after I was gone for a week. And let's see if we can get in. What do you think about AMD? And is it a buy so I can double down? $5 donation. Well, I mean, I don't know. Oh yeah, it works now. Okay, good. I can't tell you if it's right for you, but I can tell you that, I was looking at it yesterday with course members, and yeah, the valuation's low. I mean, it's not as, it's a one peg, which is great. So it has a lower peg ratio than NVIDIA. NVIDIA is around 1.5. However, NVIDIA does generate more cash flow per market cap than AMD does. So AMD just doesn't have that cash generating clout that NVIDIA does. But it's, you're right. I mean, I'm looking at it too, and I'm like, man, why is it keep going down? And it's possible that, are people just looking elsewhere for AI profits, and now they finally moved over to the software style, the Tesla Palantir, and then, if that stops, does everything just go down with it? That's the other concern. When AI stop, like the AI momentum stops, does it just take everything with it? That's a wee bit of the concern. So I suppose we'll see. But yeah, it's been very attractive for me to want to buy something like an AMD as well. I've been staring at it, and I'm like, I don't know, man. This is a toughie. So I'm watching it, though. All right, let's get the bell.
See which one's going to win. The one who flies down and...
Oh, by the way, today I'm going to be filming Trumponomics again. I got to finish the course. This is going to be amazing. Like, I think this is going to be some of the best lecture content ever created. And it comes out at 11:59 p.m. tonight. So it's going to be a lot of coffees today to make sure it's polished and ready. If you want it, go to meetkevin.com. We have a launch coupon available for you.
Goose egg, pretty much in line, year on year, 1.9, looking for 2 as we continue to get macro prints from all over the world. Let's get the opening bell here. At the big board, it is Agilent, celebrating its 25th anniversary. The CEO will be on closing bell overtime later today. At the NASDAQ brokerage, BGC, also celebrating a 25th listing anniversary.
Agilent was spun off from Hewlett Packard. It was just kind of this, it was the original because it was the oscillator business. It was an afterthought. They wanted to get rid of it. Now, so Agilent is bigger than HPE or HPQ. And it just shows you this is a very steady business, and those turned out to be the episodic ones. So watch some of these spinoffs. They often turn out to be better than the parent.
Yes, that is what the bankers advising our own parent company would be saying. Spinoffs do well. What do you do?
You know, that is interesting. They're saying spin-offs do well. It's usually taught that when companies have big mergers, that you might be merging two sort of mediocre companies, and then you kind of get like one combined mediocre company. Spin-off, I don't think I've heard of that before, but I know another spin-off was, who was the what's it called? The self-driving Mobileye. That was spun out of Intel. I wonder how they're doing, because that was an Israeli company that was bought by them, then spun off by Intel. And I think are they still in Intel now? I thought they were their own now. MBLY stock. Yeah, no, they're their own. Oh, well, they're down 53% in the last year. Never mind. I don't know that that's worse, or that that's any better than Intel. Oopsies. Sorry. MBLY. Yeah. You know, they had some, I thought, good technology, but they were also of the mapping mindset versus what you saw with, what's it called? If you looked at, obviously Tesla is more of a vision-based product, and Mobileye was always a geo-mapped product. All right, let's see what's going on here at the open. So Ethereum's playing right on top of 4,000. Good for it. I think that's a very, very important line for it. And the Q's falling a little bit at the open here. ARM falling at the open. SPY. Solar Edge, though, that's what's trying to kick butt today. I really think Enphase should be getting picked up with this, especially since it's not a money-losing company. And I think it's a way better quality product. But, who am I to say what the market should do? The market does what the market does. We just watch. Yeah. All right. This morning also, I was looking at the level of 27 weeks unemployed. And I talked about this a little bit in the Alpha report. But in the Alpha report, there are no pictures in it. So just because it's simple and text-based. But look at it here. If you look at the Alpha report on screen now, or sorry, not the Alpha report, the number of unemployed 27 weeks or over, you can see this number of 27 weeks or rising or over, it really only goes up in recessions or at the start of recessions. 2008, 2001, 1990, 82, 80, 75. And you can see that rise over here. And if you zoom in, it's basically straight up since February. I mean, really, you could say it's been rising since the middle of 23, but it feels more sort of straight up since February. Maybe not as aggressively as it has been during other periods of time, but we certainly keep hitting newer highs. So it's somewhat interesting to watch. It's the level of 27 weeks of unemployed workers or more. And usually these are folks who fall off of the unemployment claims number. So a lot of us like to look at unemployment claims, and the unemployment claims figure, doesn't actually include these people. So it's sort of like the most unemployed people are getting excluded, and they're kind of getting cast to the side, which is somewhat interesting because you think you would want to count those folks. But yeah, apparently not. Okay. So let's see what else here. Oh, look. I was gonna say Tesla looked like it was up, but it's actually had some red candles there out of the gate, but looks like it's trying to stabilize at the moment. Let's find out. Let's go to our non-average candlestick. There we go. Super Micro's up about 1%. Solar Edge keeps going. Q's still red. Oh, there we go. See, look at that. Enphase is picking up a little bit as well. So finally picking up a bid. And then another thing we talked about this morning in the Alpha report is just how Chinese bond yields are plummeting. And it's interesting because they're sort of plummeting the way you would expect yields to plummet in a recession. And it's kind of like, darn, should have bought TLT China. But I think it's just a matter of time for that U.S. exceptionalism to wear down. Not that I want it to. I'd rather not see a recession. It'd be good for businesses, but I'd also rather be cautious. Okay, good. So talked about the 27 weeks unemployed. Talked about China a little bit. Well, let's look at some of the Chinese stocks. So one thing that we looked at was Baba. If you look at Baba, you've almost given up all of the gains that you had during the stimulus boom, which is remarkable because Baba basically went straight up to where my 118, 117 line is. Yeah, it's 118.09 is my line. And I had that line there for a very long time. The stock went straight up to that level, and now it's almost all the way back to where it was, which is kind of disappointing. It's kind of like, wait a sec. The stimulus did nothing. It was all a lie. What is this? It's a bummer is what it is. But I think that's probably because this is a country that is likely in deep doo-doo and deep recession. It's very difficult to get your country to spend money on goods and services when you kind of burned them in real estate. That led to a deep correction in America as well, as when you burned people in real estate. The entire market was pissed for a very long period of time, obviously referring to 2008. So not great. Okay, what else do we have here? Let's see here. There you go. Yeah, eHack should be have some updates on it now for you, so give that a shot again. And then Daily Wealth starts again today, which is great. Fell a little bit behind there on everything, so I had to take a little bit of a break just to kind of get recalibrated. But it was good. That happens sometimes. So Bungie and 343, ooh, good example. Let's see here. What do you think about QuantumScape? You said it would be interesting by 2025, 3 years ago. Well, let's see if they are. I'm pretty sure they still lose money. Investor relations. Great job on your pilot journey, says Mystery. Oh, thank you so much. That's really nice of you. Yeah, it's kind of challenging to get a check ride. Apparently, these check rides, they book out years. Sorry, not years. They book out months in advance. So you could be waiting for a check ride for 3-4 months. I'm like, bro, I'm ready. Check me out. But yeah, it's fun. Okay, so it kind of feels like you got your driver's license or getting your driver's license. Is like, does anybody need me to go get milk? I'll go fly to go get the milk. All right, so yeah, still no income from their product, so we're still mostly just an R&D play here. $96 million in R&D. That's interesting that you remembered that I said that they'd be interesting in 3 years. Yeah, I think I should have said longer because we still don't have revenues here. Assets, I've got, what do I got here? 800 minus, they don't have too many liabilities, so I've probably got about 600-700 in free cash. So they've got plenty of money to keep burning. I mean, they could keep burning for a couple years here. They don't really need to raise money for at least a year and a half. Yeah, last 9 months stock compensation, $110 million on a company that's losing money like crazy. Yikes. Yeah, okay. What's the stock doing? All right. Well, I guess at least the stock has agreed with what's going on. Wow, it's got like a heartbeat. That's some crazy moves, eh? It just memes every so often. Yeah, I mean, you really have to watch this as a company that, you know, when do they actually have something commercially viable? And then this stock skyrockets. What's the market cap of it now? It's still $2.6 billion. So it's quite expensive. What did Hoover from Pilot Debrief say to you? I haven't talked to him. I'd love to talk to him. Dude, you landed a plane. Cool shit, man. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I don't know if the Fed can pull that off. I think I'm at, what am I at now? I'll give you my stats. And then we'll keep looking at the sticks. I am at 73.8 hours, 49 night landings, total landings 228. So I've now landed a plane 228 times. That's pretty cool. Somebody says Sofi tanking. Are you making pilot license overview video? Yeah, there are enough people who said they're interested. I might do that one of these weekends, and kind of like, I think there's a lot that I was confused by when I went into it, and it took a while for it to become clear, like how the game works and the process works and everything. And yeah, I do think making a video would be very useful for people. I'll just kind of give like all my tips and pointers, especially how to like save money when doing it. Because if you do some things backwards, you're gonna spend way more money. Okay, so let's see here. Sofi. Let's see what's going on, Sofi. Okay, somebody says Sofi's tanking. It's down 2%. Raw. It's done fine. Look at this explosion it's had. Yeah, Solar Edge really. It seems like Solar Edge and Enphase are the plays today, huh? Solar Edge maybe a bit more so. Enphase, I'll still take the 4%. Nvidia's okay. Nvidia's trying to recover. Well, how low did Nvidia go if it's recovered with these greens and it's still down 2 and a bit? Palantir's down 3%. Dave, that's a scary one. Yeah, I can't remember. I think we did a deep dive on that one in the course member live. We're like, oh my gosh, this is like a nuclear bomb waiting to go off. Yeah. All right. Let's see what some of the biggest movers are here. Change. Solar Edge. Hey, GameStop's up 5%. Look at that. $31. Sunrun Enphase. Nice. Got Super Micro in there. Cool. Tesla's still up at 470. Nice. 1.69 basis points. Affirm drops after some of those weaker retail sales numbers. Outside of autos, still holding on to 41, 42-ish there on Robinhood. Got a line in that space. Oil powering AI data centers. Yeah. Yeah, it's I mean, that's really oil powered is basically just your normal, electricity generation, right? But yeah, it'll all expand. Somebody says, got family members asking me about quantum computing stocks, and they can't even tell me what quantum computing is. Yeah. So one thing that always makes me nervous in a stock market is when people who don't do anything with stocks start asking for your advice in stocks. So just like random people that generally don't touch stocks or finance at all. And then all of a sudden, what do you have? It's, oh yeah, hey, what crypto should I buy? What quantum computing stock should I buy? Should I buy more Tesla? Those things usually only happen near tops. Usually. It is not good. How do you know when rents are going to roll over? Seeing a lot of inventory and stagnant. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a sign already that rents are going to roll over in your area. I would say it depends on how much building there is in your area. Highly built areas, you're definitely going to see rents roll. And so it's going to take a while for those to stabilize. So it gets a little harder and more frustrating to figure out, like, okay, yes, do you want to buy in a certain market or not? Because the rents that you're looking at, you might be projecting rents that are way too high. The type of people that will not do anything regarding fundamentals, invest at the top and get bitten. Yeah, that's true. I don't know anything about Springfield, Montana. I'll have to come visit one day. They halted QUBT. There was a story during the Great Depression that an investment banker was getting his shoes polished by a kid that started giving him advice on stocks to buy. The banker then sold everything and exited. That's awesome. Okay, let's see here. QUBT. Oh, because it's literally called quantum computing. How to get rich. Make a stock ticker that fads. Yeah, I want a quantum stock. So you just type into Google quantum stock. Oh, here's one that's called quantum computing. Let's see what they do. Let's go to their actual financials. Let's see. Investor relations, SEC filings. Do I have an annual from them? Yes, September 11th. Oh boy. All right. Let's see what this company's all about. I want to see what it is first. What is this company? Oh, they're going to give me their financial. Oh, here it is. Oh, no, this is just an explanatory note. Where's their business information? Here's their revenue for the year. Are these in thousands? In thousands. Wow, they made $358,000. My gosh. And then they spent $26 million. Right. They've got cash of $2 million. Current liabilities of $5.8 million. Right. What is this? Developmental stage company with limited operations and revenue. Developing quantum and ancillary non-quantum products. For computer applications based on proprietary photonics technology. Okay. Designed to operate at room temperature, low powered and affordable cost, high performance computing, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So these are cool, like, images, but do you guys actually, what do you have? What's the goal here? So here are lists of products, which obviously you don't sell because your revenues are zero. But let's look at them anyway. That one says quantum computing. Hard problems require unconventional solutions. Purpose build. Okay, what is this? $1,000 an hour. I can't imagine that this is actually available for sale. Oh, I guess I can buy it. That's interesting. Cloud. Read the paper. But am I actually going to get it? Get started for free? What is this? How do you not have any money then? Income. If you have a website that implies you're selling this stuff. This looks like a mess. This looks like a school project that went public. Okay. Let's go back to IR. Let's look at their latest quarterly. Quarterly. All right. Revenues totaled 101,000 in the last quarter. Let's go. Johns Hopkins University to deliver a customized LiDAR prototype. Quantum LiDAR prototype. Okay, cool. So they made some money delivering a prototype. Company reported a net loss of $5.7 million. Whee! Company had shareholder equity totaling $60 million. Right, but it's a $1.9 billion company now, thanks to the stock market. This is like fully stupid. It somewhat implies that the products they have on their product page for sale aren't actually for sale. They're just listed there because they don't actually expect anybody to buy them. Because obviously they don't even talk about, oh yeah, somebody spent, bought 2 hours of our quantum computer or whatever at $4,000 an hour. It was Johns Hopkins getting a prototype. That just seems wrong. Seems wrong. That's crazy. All right. What else here? Can we short it? Usually these are difficult to short. Oh no, they have options. Let's see what the implied volatility is. So if you go for like a March option, then you get a put. You get puts over here. Some pretty crazy spreads though. Yeah, it's also really dangerous to short a meme, but yeah, that's crazy. I expect it to plummet. The Qs are actually somewhat stable today, though. Not bad. Oh wow, look, Tesla's up 3.4. Had a little bit of a drop there, and then just kind of rocketed off. It's actually up higher than Enphase is right now. Nice. AMD still down 2.5, still down 3% on Nvidia and Palantir. 108 on BTC. Apple's over 250. Nice. Huh. Crazy. Yeah, gotta have the word quantum in your stock name. I'm gonna change house hack to quantum hack, and we'll just skyrocket. I'm starting to hear Bitcoin talks at family functions. It's time to sell. Yup. Hoboken, New Jersey, 39 employees. Yup. Yeah, what a great opportunity to raise capital. It truly is. Walgreens closing hundreds of stores. Yeah, that's not a surprise. Pharmacies just get wrecked by, frankly, Amazon. So, all right, very well. I got to go to the course member live stream. Appreciate y'all being here. If you want to be part of the course member live streams forever, we've got the Trumponomics launch sale that'll expire this Friday. We'll have another big price increase, but all that content releases tonight at 11:59 p.m. So a lot of work to do. See you then, folks. Goodbye.